What's up guys, it's LeMar DeVente and I'm back with another Bakugan video. And this is really exciting because the toys have been revealed. Yes, this is true, we finally know what the Battle Planet lineup looks like. Thank you to Amazon.com and Walmart.com for having these listings up. And there's a lot to get into and that means a lot of speculation. So let's get right into it. So first I'm going to look at the Bakugan Battle Arena. This comes with an exclusive Aquos Dragonoid, which I'll get into later, but also 2 Baku Cores. So what exactly is a Baku Core? Well, so far it looks like some hexagonal object, but this next image may prove what it is. As you can see, the Aquos Dragonoid is open on the Baku Core, and I think this may be replacing gate cards, which is really interesting. That's completely different from the basics of Bakugan, and it's really reinventing what the basics are. I think it's a pretty neat concept, though these seem very small, so how are 2 Bakugan supposed to stand on it? Thanks to the amount of images we have, surprisingly enough, we get to view the Baku Cores from the other side, which shows 2 symbols in this one, with the first one being a fist and the second one being a shield. Now, it was mentioned to me by somebody I talked to that it could be like the Bakugan DS game where you roll your Bakugan and these are power-ups that you're meant to collect. And that seems like a pretty valid theory, and I almost agree with it. Though, it's really hard to say right now, as we did see the 2 cards there, with one of them maybe being an ability card and the other one potentially being a gate card. It's hard to say because of the box art, which shows the Bakugan standing on these. So this could be the Battle Arena and maybe performing completely different than having 2 Bakugan standing on the same platform, and instead maybe randomly attacking other opponents. Super hard to say, but the game mechanics have clearly changed and I'm very interested in this. There's 2 important things about this set. The first one being that the attribute symbols have clearly changed, which is quite interesting, but then again, it is the reboot. And also, this has quite the hefty price tag, coming in at 25 American dollars, which seems kind of expensive for a Bakugan and this glorified game board. But maybe we will see a price decrease, and it does seem kind of decent and works well with the Baku Cores. The next product we have is the Bakugan Battle Pack, which includes 5 Bakugan, 10 cards, and 10 Baku Cores. Now, it's important to note that the 2 open Bakugan are shown on the box specifically, which are the Serpentes and the Howl Core, which may be the special attack / super assault Bakugan of Battle Planet, because they're known as Bakugan Ultra. Now, what are they? It's hard to say, but these go by levels by the looks of it, ranging from 1 to 3. Now, these are the single packs for Bakugan Ultra, and it's the same ones which I just showed, so Howl Core and Serpentes. So, if we look at the Howl Core box, it is a level 1 Bakugan. What does this mean? It could be some evolution, or maybe it could be something more than that. It's really unclear, but it could be a higher power level, perhaps, which requires a special ability, special effect, or a special condition in the battle. And Serpentes has a level 2, which seems to mean that it would be more powerful since the scale is going up. And I'm excited to see how this works, because it's a specific game mechanic so early on, which Season 1 did not have previously. Now this is an important image, as it shows the battle pack with the Bakugan open. It gives us a better look at the toys, which look great, and also the Baku Cores. So for example, there's plus 400B and plus 100B, because they're using B power now, probably because it stands for Bakugan power, most likely, instead of G power. So just the same thing as before, except with a different letter. And the different effects for the Baku Cores as well. Because of the positioning, it seems like these are replacing gate cards, and again, very interested to see how this game mechanic is going to work. Now, to look at the toys themselves, I kind of dislike the gold Bakugan in the center, which I believe is called Nihilion. I'll get into that one after. But there's a lot of empty space in the ball, and that's why I kind of dislike it. Though I do like the tiger there, which is Hydros or something along those lines. Again, I don't have the name list. I'll get back into those after. And there's Trox, which I remember, which is that black one, which is pretty nice. But the hype does not stop there, because we have Dragonoid. We have it in Pyrus, and we have it in Diamond. Now, I was confused about Diamond at first, and you may be too, but I think it's the new term for Clear because I was looking at the other ones, and that was the most likely explanation I could come to. And it's good to see that they're actually naming it something, and I'm assuming that it will have more of a role in the anime instead of just being non-existent like it was before. The Pyrus color scheme is the same as before, with red as the main color and orange highlights, and oddly enough, Drago has a backwards horn, which only Delta Drago had previously. And the color scheme on the Diamond Bakugan is mostly like the one on the Pyrus one. Overall, these Bakugan look great, though Drago is a bit more of a tank than before. So now we have Hydorus and Diamond Hydorus. Same situation, except Diamond Hydorus has a level 1 or power 1 bar on the top, while the original Hydorus does not. So I'm wondering why that may be. But either way, the toys are pretty interesting, though there is a difference between the Hydorus and the Diamond Hydorus, and I don't understand why that is, but I guess that power bar changes the look of the Bakugan. It's a line Bakugan, as you can see on the box art on the right, and honestly, it's a pretty nice one. My friend really likes this one, and I do too. I think it's pretty good. Now we have Fangzor, and it's in Darkest and Ventus, showing that they also kept the name for that, which is pretty interesting considering that they did change the attribute symbols. Looking at the Bakugan itself though, I'm not a big fan, as it's pretty simple. It's not like the B1 Bakugan we originally had, though the transformation is similar to that one Bronte's evolution, and it's just not very appealing to me, though some of you guys may like it. Now, I'm going to compare Bakugan and Bakugan Ultra. On the left, you can see that the mold is much different from the one on the right. Also, the packaging is different. On the left, there's Dragonoid, which is on every of the regular Bakugan. But for Bakugan Ultra, it always features the specific character. Now, I'm wondering what's going to happen, as it has the level 1 on top, as I've mentioned before, but also it's a completely different mold with the exact same name. It's an interesting move that Spin Master has made, and I'm wondering how come they did this and did not specify anything different besides the mold, as the names are the same. But we'll probably see in due time, and it's something interesting to note and speculate. So we have Aurelus Maxitor and Mantanoid. So first off, looking at Maxitor, it's pretty interesting as it is using Aurelus. So is this a replacement for Subterra? I'm thinking that this may be the only attribute which has actually changed, which is interesting. This is also an Ultra Bakugan, and currently the one with the highest level, at the maximum of 3. This kind of reminds me of Saboteur, just because of the look of it, and the beast design looks pretty interesting. I quite like this one. And then there's Mantanoid, and wow, I really like this one. It has a level of 2 there. I love the ball design. It reminds me of a praying mantis, reminds me of Mantris from the original series, and the beast looks pretty cool. This is probably one of my favorite ones right now, and I hope to pick this one up for sure. So next up, we have Trox and Aurelus Dragonoid. So I mentioned Trox before, and I like this one. It kind of reminds me of Saurus, and I don't exactly know why, but I do quite like it. This is a pretty basic one, really, and nothing too unique, though I still like it just because. Then Aurelus Dragonoid, again, seems like the replacement for Subterra, and it's Dragonoid once again. The color scheme seems mostly the same, and they're sticking with a light brown instead of a darker brown for the Earth attribute, which is, I guess, sticking to basics once again. Now we have Milius and Garganoid. So first off, Milius. It has a funny sounding name, but as I mentioned before, it's a Bakugan I don't like very much because of the amount of empty space. The heads are fairly sleek, and the wings also seem fairly sleek, which is pretty interesting as I didn't really expect that for a reboot Bakugan, though it is one of my least favorites just because of the amount of empty space. Then there's Garganoid, and Garganoid has returned, and that is so interesting. It sports a new color scheme for Chaos, which is mint green and white, and I really like it. I think it's a nice change over the white and gold that we had before. But also, this is another Ultra Bakugan, which has a level of 3, and I wonder if there's going to be a normal variant of it, or if it's going to be exclusively Ultra. And to see Garganoid return, it's pretty nice. I hope a few more Bakugan return in the future, such as Skyrus, maybe even Preus, maybe even Elfin. But that's just me asking for a lot. Hopefully I got to pick up Garganoid, because the ball design looks very intricate. Now we have Pegatrix, and I don't think we've had a Pegasus Bakugan before, so this is a very nice shake-up of that. Or maybe this is a unicorn. Either way, I think this is pretty nice. I'm very much interested in this one because it also looks aesthetically pleasing, and I don't know how it's going to act in the game, as of course the basics have changed, though this is one of the better looking ones. But that's all for this video. I've covered everything we know, including the arena, the battle pack, and most of the singles. And to be honest, my overall opinion on it is that Spin Master did amazing with the toys. I think that the way they changed it up is that they still look exactly like Bakugan, though it's pretty obvious that these are reboot toys and not something from the original series. Overall, they've really captured the essence of Bakugan. I'm excited to see what Baku Cores do in the game, as clearly it is a game changer. Well, guys, that's all from me, and now I want to hear from you. What's your favorite Bakugan, and are you excited for the new series? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you want to be updated for all my Bakugan videos, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and remember to brawl on!